Just a few days after the Leader of the Opposition introduced a common-sense plan to axe the GST on new home sales, even the Housing Minister's own advisors were raving about the proposal. Right. Economist Dr. Mike Moffat said, quote, "It's a bold, bold plan," and he calls himself, quote, "a big fan of the idea." He and other Canadians know that housing has become out of reach and the government has doubled its cost in this country. So will the Housing Minister listen to his own advisors and implement our common sense tax cut so that Canadians can finally afford a home?
What a great
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Housing, Infrastructure and Communities.
If the member is going to quote Mike Moffat, Mr. Speaker, she ought to include the entire quote. What he said was that if the Conservative proposal was to go ahead, they ought not to propose things like getting rid of the Housing Accelerator Fund. They ought not to also get rid of infrastructure programs that enable housing, Mr. Speaker. He should listen. If he doesn't want to listen to Liberal MPs, that's fine. He should listen to Conservative MPs, a dozen, Mr. Speaker, probably more, who want the Accelerator Fund, who have advocated for it because they know it's vital to getting more homes built.
The Honourable Member from Thornhill.
Or maybe that member should listen to the Housing Minister, who said his $3 billion of Housing Accelerator money built 0 homes.
Right.
0 is less than the 195,000 homes built under the Leader of the Opposition when he was Housing Minister. And now add this to the stellar record of a guy who broke our immigration system, who lost track of all of the people that he let in. While the Prime Minister is fighting his own caucus, he gave that minister a promotion. So when will the Housing Minister leave Fantasyland, join Conservatives in the real world, and axe the tax so we can build the homes?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Housing, Infrastructure and Communities.
Years ago, Mr. Speaker, when I worked with the Leader of the Opposition on the Finance Committee, he told me something that might shock you. It's hard for him to make friends because of his personality. What we look at now is he at least has one friend on the opposite side. His best friend, as I understand it, Mr. Speaker, the MP for St. Albert Edmonton. In fact, that member has advocated for the Housing Accelerator Fund. He went behind the Leader's back. I hope it doesn't affect their relationship, their friendship, Mr. Speaker. He went behind his Leader's back to advocate for the half, and they want to get rid of it.